Hi, I'm Catherine, author of Loving Life in the Middle, How to Care for Yourself Whilst Caring for All the Family. And I wanted to talk to you today about self-care in terms of what it is, a basic overview, why it's important, and the importance of making it happen. So let's start with the basics. What is self-care? And often people think that self-care is just about soaking in the bath with bubbles up to your chin and nice candles and nice music and perhaps a glass of wine or a nice cup of coffee. And actually, that is lovely if that's your thing, but it's not there for everybody. So I want you to start thinking about what self-care means to you. And something that can help to make it a little bit easier is my version of my explanation, basically, of what self-care actually is. And self-care for me is doing what you need to do to help you to feel like you again. And when I say help you to feel like you again, I mean the you that's enjoying life, feeling good, feeling quite calm about things, coping really well. You have tolerance there of everyday activities and that sort of thing. So think about what it is that you like to do that just helps you to feel good in your day, to enjoy your day, and to not feel quite so stressed and at the end of your tether and overwhelmed and all of those other things that are easy to catch us out as days go by. So as I say, that's my simple explanation of what self-care actually means, what it is for each and every one of us. And it's important, it's really important that you make it personal to you and not do what you think you should be doing to practice self-care. So for example, if you've got a friend who really loves sport, loves exercise, loves running, and her idea of self-care is to go for a 5K run 3 or 4 times a week, and you can really tell if she hasn't managed to fit it in because she's just not herself. She feels like she's struggling a little bit more, and she might even say to you, "Oh, I haven't had a chance to get a run in this week." And that's great. It's great if that's your thing. But if you're more built for comfort, not speed, if you're not really into going out for runs, going to the gym, doing formal exercise classes, then trying to get in with the same ideas of this is what I should do, this is what I need to do to help me to feel good. It might be that you do it for a short time. It might be that you feel really good, but your chances of maintaining it become less and less as time goes on, purely because it's not your thing. It's not really feeding your soul in the way that you want it to. Now, I'm not suggesting for a minute that we shouldn't do any physical activity as part of self-care, but it's about finding the right physical activity for you. So if you're somebody who loves dancing, but the thought of putting on all your gym kit and going and spending an hour in the gym really, really doesn't do it for you, then don't go, but put some music on and dance around the house. Whether you're doing jobs, whether you're doing a bit of housework, whether you've just got a little bit of time to yourself, it doesn't have to be an hour. It can be 5 or 10 minutes. But if whenever you're doing things, you've got music on in the background and you are moving your body, you will gain benefit. And that is your self-care. That's what really, really works for you. The same goes with singing. Some people really enjoy singing. Some people are very good at it. Some people make a fantastic lifetime of a career out of it. But for other people, it might be that you feel that your best sort of kept as that sort of hidden secret behind closed doors, and that's absolutely fine. But that doesn't mean to say you can't sing. It doesn't mean to say that you can't give full belt in the shower while you're having your shower, singing at the top of your voice. It doesn't mean to say that you can't sing while you're doing stuff around the house, whatever that may be, while if you're doing some cooking, no matter what it is, just enjoy it. This is about you finding joy in things that help you to feel good. They produce some endorphins, they lift your mood, they act as a form of release. Let's face it, who hasn't sat in the car and belted out a song and felt better for it because they felt that sense of release while they were singing along to whatever it was. And again, it really doesn't matter if you don't hit all the notes perfectly. This is not about performance. This is about you having fun and enjoying it. So make it personal, whatever it is to you. Think about things that you enjoy doing in a wide range of capacities. Because when we think about self-care as well, we want to cover a range of items. So it's not just about physical well-being, it's also about emotional well-being and spiritual well-being. So for your physical well-being, it's about movement. It's about getting your body moving. It's about getting your heart rate up a little bit, getting your heart pumping, getting your breathing a little bit deeper, filling your air with fresh air, and just really enjoying it. And when it comes to emotional well-being, it's thinking about that connection that helps you to feel that you're able to release stuff that's on your mind, perhaps exploring new ideas, meeting your needs at that particular time. And that will vary. So sometimes to meet our emotional needs, it might be that you put a film on that you know is going to make you cry, but you know you're going to feel better at the end of it. Or it might be a feel-good film, or it might be an action film. It doesn't matter what it is. It might also be meeting a friend for a coffee and chatting about what's going on in life. So it might be that you've got stuff on your mind and you want to share it with a friend, but it might be that actually you don't want to spend time thinking about the stuff that's on your mind right now. Actually, what you want to do is to just have a good old chinwag, catch up on their news, share your news, talk about plans that you've got going on, whatever it is that gives you a human connection. That is a really good way of managing your emotional self-care. And if you don't want to do that, if you either haven't got the time or it's just not the right time to do something like catch up with a friend for coffee, you can do something like journaling. So you're expressing how you feel, you're releasing those thoughts and feelings, but you're doing it in a written format, no matter what that is. For me, I love stationery, so it's a nice pen, a nice notebook. But for other people, it might be something on your phone or your laptop. It's whatever works for you. You can even use your phone, you can put it on record and just literally download all your thoughts and feelings onto a recording. And then you decide what you do with it. You can keep it, you can delete it, you can do whatever you need to or want to with it. And then we've got your spiritual self-care. Now this, although many people do have faith, don't just think of spiritual self-care as being connected to faith. If faith is there in your life and it's important to you, absolutely connect to it, because that is an important part of you and who you are, and therefore your spiritual self-care. But spiritual, connecting to your higher self, that part of you that knows all about you, and actually often knows the answers, but we forget to listen. We often have questions in our mind, but we don't listen to the answers. It's about personal connection to that inner part of you. So some people might call it their higher self. There are all sorts of ways of connecting. And when you think about connecting in your spiritual self-care, again, it might combine with other forms of self-care. So if you go out for a walk, particularly if you can get out in nature and you're observing the world around you and you're listening to the birds singing and you're looking at the beauty of the trees, the flowers, depending on what time of year it is, even this time as we're coming out of autumn and heading into winter, just the changing scenery around you. When you really connect to that, that is part of your spiritual self-care too, because it's connecting to a wider world around you. So think about what you need from your self-care. Think about all the aspects in your life. Don't feel that you've got to conform to what other people think of as self-care, because one person might love going for a run. Another person might absolutely love sitting doing some crafting. Somebody else might enjoy writing or reading. Somebody might enjoy a lovely soak in the bath. Somebody else might really, really need an early night, or cooking a meal from scratch, or doing some baking, or whatever it is that helps you to feel like you again. So for now, my challenge to you is to just start thinking about what self-care means to you. Think about the self-care you're already doing in your life, and perhaps things that you would like to try, you would like to see if it works for you, you'd like to find out more information. And I'd love to hear your comments, so please share in the comments below what you do for self-care already and what you'd like to think about developing and understanding and learning more about. And for now, I'm just going to leave you with that happy thought, and I will be catching up with you soon with more information and ideas and strategies to manage your self-care and enjoy life in the middle of your busy world. So take care for now. Bye-bye.